The Father, a film by Florian Zeller, is based on its drama of the same name, which depicts this change affected the story's progression through time. 3 categories of narrative time may be found in The Father, including psychological time, space-time, and non-linear film narrative time. Father Anthony gradually comes to understand the truth behind the shift from psychological to spatial time, and the film's non-linear time structure showcases the creativity of filmmaker Zeller. This movie recreates the fictitious visions in Alzheimer's patients' thoughts using the jumbled bits of time and space. The excruciating lightness in Alzheimer's patients' lives is shown when the entire time narrative chain is reconfigured. The story starts after Anthony, the father, has driven the most recent of multiple caretakers away, and goes to see him in his apartment. Because of his dementia, he frequently forgets significant events in his life as well as where things are in his apartment, including his watch. He claims to Anne that he would never leave his apartment and that he thinks his carer took his watch. Anthony is perplexed when she tells him she is traveling to Paris to be with a man because he doesn't remember any males in her life after her marriage to James ended. If he continues to object to having a carer husband, Bill the nurse makes a second visit. Anthony sobs inconsolably as he laments Anne's leaving and his inability to comprehend what is happening to him. He claims he is losing his leaves, the branches, the wind, and the rain, and that he longs for his mother. He is consoled by Catherine, who promises to take him to the park later. In reality, the plot of The Father does not unfold in chronological sequence. Instead, it centers on the imagination of the aging father's mind, which is at a loss because he cannot comprehend the passage of time. The inner world of Father Anthony grew increasingly uncertain as time went on, making him feel terrified and bewildered. Psychological phase. Anthony believed that his daughter Anne spent her entire life in London rather than moving to Paris to reside. How long do you intend to hang around? Paul, Anne's boyfriend, reprimanded the father for his absence and perceived him as impeding his daughter's quest for happiness. And Laura, the new carer, is young, attractive, and resembles his young daughter Lucy perfectly. Anne stayed with Anthony through a difficult moment in his life since Anthony didn't want his daughter to leave and insisted she wouldn't travel to Paris. Paul doesn't even make an appearance in the film. Anthony only knows his name. Only Bill, a male carer, or James, the daughter's ex-husband, are really allowed to touch Anthony physically. This phase of Anthony's memory can be considered a psychological phase of his life, which is an assumption of his thought process due to his disease. His black suit to his sweater coat. The viewer has been led to believe that this movie does not proceed in the conventional chronological order by the hero's sudden change of clothing. The nonlinear narration time. In order to immerse the audience in the narrator's story and follow the character's memories through several temporal dimensions, the writer and film director transcended conventional notions of time and space. The reproduction and reimagining of reality form the foundation of memory. Every setting and every character maintain their unique details, sentiments, and clues as a result of the ongoing psychological time, which also suggests the ambiguity of life. The narrative of The Father is told in a series of interconnected episodes that are set in several historical eras and follow a nonlinear temporal logic. The editing and scene sequencing in the movie are done expertly. All of the scenes my father heard and saw were the result of subconscious activity. These irregular temporal intervals are what knit together Anthony's restless spiritual universe. Follow Simple Criticism for more analyses. Do like and subscribe.